What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and for this video I will be doing the summary of chapter 10. So if you want to learn something about the chapter 10, if you want to get some information about the chapter 10, so stay watch and stay tuned, and I'll be back guys. Okay guys, so the chapter 10 are the application layer. So applications such as web browser, online gaming, chatting with and emailing friends enable us to send and receive data with relative ease. So typically, we can access and use these applications without knowing how they work. So however, for network professionals, it is important to know how an application is able to format, transmit, and interpret messages that are sent and received across the network. So, visualizing the mechanisms that enable communication across the network is made easier if we use the layered framework of the OSI model. So, in this chapter, we will explore the role of the application layer and how the application services and protocols within the application layer make robust communication across data network possible. So, application layer. So the application layer is closest to the end user. It is the layer that provides the interface between the application used to communicate and the underlying network over which messages are transmitted. So application layer protocols are used to exchange data between programs running on the source and destination hosts. And the upper three layers of the OSI model is the applications, representation, and session. So, define functions of the single TCP or IP application layer. So, there are many application layer. Protocols, and new protocols are always being developed. So, some of the most widely known application layer protocols include Hypertext Transfer Protocol or the HTTP protocols, the File Transfer Protocol or the FTP, and the Trivial File Transfer Protocol or TFTP. So Internet Message Access Protocol or the IMAP, and Domain Name System or the DNS Protocol. So the client-server model. So in the client-server model, the device requesting the information is called a client, and device responding to the request is called a server. So client and server processes are considered to be in the application layer. So the client begins the exchange by requesting data from the server, and which responds by sending one or more streams of data to the client. So application layer protocols describe the format of the request and which responds by sending one or more streams of data to the client. An application layer protocols describe the format of the request and responses between clients and servers. So, in addition to the actual data transfer, this exchange may also require user authentication and identification of a data file to be transferred. So, one example of a client-server network is using an ISP's email service to send. So, receive and store email, and the email client and a home computer issues a request to the ISP's email server for any unread mail. So, the server responds by sending the requested email to the client. So, data transfer from a client to a server is referred to as an upload, and data from a server to a client is a download. So, Hypertext Transfer Protocol and Hypertext Markup Language. So, when a web address or uniform resource locator or the URL is typed into a web browser, the web browser establishes a connection to the web service running on the server using the HTTP protocol. So, the URLs and uniform resource identifier or the URIs are the names most people associate with web addresses. So, the browser interprets the three parts of the URL. The first one is the HTTP. The HTTP is the protocol or scheme. Then the next one is www. The name of your server and .com is the server name. And the last one is the index.html and the specific file name requested. So the browser then checks with a name server to convert www.cisco.com into a numeric IP address, so which it uses to connect to the server using HTTP requirements, and the browser sends a GET request to the server and asks for the index.html file. So the server sends the HTML code for this web page to the browser. So finally, the browser keepers the HTML code and formats the page for the browser and window. So the HTTP and HTTPS. So the HTTP is a request or response protocol, and when the client, typically a web browser, sends a request to a web server, HTTP specifies the message types used for the communication, and the three common messages type are get, post, and put. And the GET is a client request for data. A client web browser sends the GET message to the web server to request HTML pages. The next one is the post, that uploads data files to the web server such as form data. And the next one is the put, or the uploads resource or content to the web server such as an image. So although HTTP is remarkably flexible, it is not a secure protocol. The request messages and send information to the server in plain text that can be intercepted and read. So the server responses, typically HTML pages, are also unencrypted. For secure communication across the internet, the HTTP secure or the HTTPS protocol is used. The HTTPS uses authentication and encryption to secure data as it travels between the client and server. So the HTTPS uses the same client request server response protocol as HTTP, but the data stream is encrypted with secure socket layer or the SSL before being transported across the network. So the file transfer protocol. The FTP is another commonly used application layer protocol. FTP was developed to allow for data transfers between a client and a server. An FTP client is an application that runs on a computer that is used to push and pull data from a FTP server. As the figure illustrates, to successfully transfer data, the FTP requires two connections between the client and the server. So one for commands and replies, the other for the actual file transfer. The client establishes the first connection to the server for control traffic using TCP port 21 and consisting of client commands and server replies. The client establishes the second connection to the server for the actual data transfer using TCP port 20, and this connection is created and every time there is data to be transferred. The data transfer can happen in either direction, so the client can download pull data from the server, or the client can upload push data to the server. So the server message block. The server message block, or the SMB, is a client or server file sharing protocol that describes the structure of shared network resources such as directories, files, printers, and serial ports. It is a request response protocol, and all SMB messages share a common format. So this format uses a fixed size header and followed by a variable size parameter and data component. So the SMB messages can start, authenticate, and terminate sessions, control a file and a printer access, and allow an application to send or receive messages to or from another device. So SMB file sharing and print services have become the mainstay of Microsoft networking. So with the introduction of the Windows 2000 software series, Microsoft changed the underlying structure for using SMB. So in previous versions of Microsoft products, the SMB services use a non-TCP or IP protocol to implement name resolution. So beginning with Windows 2000, all subsequent Microsoft products use DNS naming, which allows TCP or IP protocols to directly support SMB resource sharing and the SMB file exchange process between Windows PCs. So the Chapter 10 application layer is all about responsible for directly accessing the underlying processes that manage and deliver communication to the human network. So this layer serves as the source and destination of communications across data networks. So the application layer application services and protocols enable users to interact with the data network in a way that is meaningful and effective. So protocols like HTTP, for example, support the delivery of web pages to end devices. Then all of these elements work together, and at the application layer, The application layer enables users to work and play over the internet. So guys, thank you for watching. That's all for for my video of chapter 11. So please like the subscription button below and the like button. So I hope you got some information and I hope you learn something about the chapter. And so that's all guys. Thank you.